All right, we'll try this again. Hey guys, Greg Medford, Medford Knife and Tool, MKT USA. What's going on? I haven't been on YouTube in a long, long time. I don't even know how it works anymore. I still occasionally fall down the rabbit hole of YouTube, but I didn't know anyone's hair. So I got booted off Zuckerberg's channel, Fuckbook, and it was from a post from like I don't know 2-3 months ago that apparently someone decided to take offense to in the last couple days. So what are you gonna do? And I don't know if you guys are able to comment down there. Hey, look at there, Knife Force One. Hi. Guess you guys can comment right there. I was just gonna jibber jabber about that, and then Knife Force jumped on. So I figured I'd do a little Q&A with the YouTube crowd in case you guys don't spill over. Greg getting kicked off social media, that never happened. Yeah, that's right, Cody. Just picked up a Colonial, glad you like it. I just picked up a Praetorian tie. So anyway, I'm inspecting knives like I do down here. I'm getting ready to head off to Germany. First thing in the morning, thanks to United Airlines, I'll be flying to friendly skies. Headed off to Washington, D.C. and then Munich. And then I'll be driving on the Autobahn up to the Bavaria and Franconia region for the IWA show. Going to IWA. We're going to the IWA show and will not let anyone touch my monkey. I sit around a lot. By the way, wait. All right, I'm going to tell you guys something I haven't told anybody yet. We have a new knife coming out, and if it's gotten away from here, it's because somebody's opened their yap doing what they do. Just heard AOC is relocating in Arizona. Yeah, bet that'll happen. So, we have an automatic Praetorian coming out. It's going to be at Blade Show. I'm telling you guys, so you heard it first. We're going to be running a very, very unique promotional. Can you guys still hear me? I don't know if I'm still live or not. I probably went off and now I'm back on. What are you going to do? It's the middle of a work day. So, anyways, we have a new knife. And it's called the Praetorian Swift. And it looks like a Praetorian, but it's not a Praetorian. It's not the same dimensions. It's not the same proportions, but it's stylistically informed by the Praetorian. It is a all aluminum chassis, Type 3 Class 2 hard ano, integrated back strap, really dehorned and slick Praetorian. And Gen 1, I have two versions of it. Gen 1, which will be available this year, is it's got a recessed auto thumb lock, and you press the button and the blade goes whacka and just jumps out of your hand practically, and then you have to kind of push the button and close it manually. So it's a single action swing out auto Praetorian. It's ridiculous. We're gonna do a really cool promo at Blade Show. So I'm gonna bring, I think, 100 or 150 of them. This is gonna be a several $100 knife that we're going to let go for a lower price to launch the product. We want to get it out there, and once it's out there, then it'll the only way you'll be able to buy it's at its normal price. Super cool knife, and we want to create a little stir. If you're coming to Blade Show, you'll be able to get a $470 knife or whatever it is for maybe $235 or something like that. I mean, something ridiculous. We want to do something to kind of create some buzz and get everybody talking about the knife and get a bunch of guys interested in coming and picking up that knife. There's no way to have your name. If your company's name's Medford Knife and Tool, if it's Bob's Knife and Tool, Bob, guess what Bob's gonna do? Bob's gonna sit around and do teaching and quality control for a long time. And what I do is quality control. It's kind of cool. If anybody knows how to leave the comments up, I would leave them up. Let me see. Live chat, all messages are visible. Okay, cool. So now it'll stay up there a little bit. Hey Ben, is it Ben Reedy? Oh, see now look, my what you call him? Oh, I see. If I touch him, big guy, full size. No, Peregrine, not full sized. So anyway, should be kind of. I think the knife is fucking sick. I'll just tell you, I'm super excited about it. Everybody who has seen it, like the guys in the shop are like, "Oh shit, boss," and it's pretty neat. So we've got that. We've got the Praetorian Slim coming out. We've got the big damn flipper and the big damn sheep's foot coming out, which are kind of cool. We've got a lot of neat things coming for Blade Show. And you know, I'm running my yap. I'm probably telling you guys stuff I'm not supposed to tell you. So just keep it amongst yourselves, all right? Just amongst the tubers. Where can I find a smooth criminal in stock? Well, I think if you just call us up here at the shop, 623-249-4506. Have that Swift at Iwa. No, I will not have the Swift at Iwa. I'm not bringing automatic knives to Germany. Because they do not like having the autos of Deutschland. I brought daggers a few years ago. I ended up in the detainment area. I got detained. It was all awful. What was that message? I'm liking the micro tie. I see you're sending out quite a few. Is this going to become a new official option or offer? Fatty goodness. No, I'm not making it a regular offering. What I'm doing, oh guys, check this out. While I'm inspecting, here's the new, what do you call this thing? It's awesome. All in blackout. Man, this is sexy. Blackout. Ooh, man, the Theseus is really, it's a nice maturing of the knife. Very, very cool. Feels lovely in the hands. I'll show you one more time. No, fatty goodness, I am not going to be doing a regular micro Praetorian tie. You know, maybe once a year I'll run a couple of them because I made the tool, like fuck it, might as well. Can anybody else at your company inspect the final like you're doing, or just me, Brett? I feel like, I'm sure, look, I'm not that special. I'm sure plenty of people could, but I find stuff really fast, and I've got like naughty hands on knives. I can open and close a knife one time and kind of like tell you everything. I could probably tell you about the maker. I don't mean the guy, you know, the designer, but that too, but the person who put it together. I spot a lot of stuff, and I have a bigger vision. I have a bigger vision about what's going to cause me problems down the road than most makers, than most knife assembler tuners do. So they're still pretty informed by me. Yeah, I'm not going to Germany with the auto blade. I don't know what the rules are, and maybe Franconia is different than Bavaria is different than, I don't know. How many people do you have in assembly? Not including me, 4. We've got Casey, Joshua, Derek, and my brother Adam. Hey, come in. What's up?
I have more.
You have the more knife? You have the more knife for me to inspect, eh?
Sorry.
So not nice. I was wondering how much long I have to make a knife, and I have a lot of time to make a knife. I have more knives to inspect. Do y'all give knives sent in for sharpening a once over? I don't know what to expect, since mine was the first and only Medford I ever held. Well, listen, if you send a knife in for sharpening and it's got issues, we'll generally call you up. If it's under warranty and there are functionality issues, we'll deal with them. If it's not under warranty, we'll call you up and let me know what we can do for you. I usually take care of everybody really well. And if people are cool on the phone, I mean, if they're willing to pay, usually half the time I'm like, fuck, don't charge them. Just get them the knife back. I want them to be happy. We're really pretty good about it. You know, I've had a rap for years. Dudes try to call up and pull bullshit. What hardness do you run your steel? The same as everybody else on planet Earth. 58 to 61 Rockwell C scale. Why? Harder becomes brittle, harder gets too hard to sharpen. Guys need to be able to sharpen this stuff. Man, this Praetorian, what are you guys calling this finish? Is this the WD-40? Or what do you got? You guys call that 409?
That Chimera 409. You like that?
It is, this knife is so yummy.
Is that Glock? Look at the name on the.
Glock.
He ordered that at Shot Show.
Oh man, really cool. Andrew Demko over Medford. Let me see. Have you ever? Let me see. Or Mrs. Medford. What hardness? I answer that question. What's the largest knife you make overall size? It was the Gigantes. I don't know what the largest knife we make now is. Do you?
Like
Is
overall.
it the Envolée, folder-wise?
Envolée is longer than the Praetorian series.
Maybe the Envolée is maybe
I
more.
haven't measured it up against the TFF though.
It's really. I hear it's not about how big it is. It's about how you use it.
Waka waka waka.
What are you doing over there, doll? You prioritizing for me?
I am getting some.
I just sharpened some stuff out there.
What else did you show me?
I sharpened some RMAs. Since Chris isn't here today. Yeah, I still sharpen. I still do all this. Thanks for responding. Mine was stiff. Yours, hey. But I assume it just needs to break in. Your bride was very helpful over the phone. Da 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 da. I finished up Medford University. Really enjoyed it. Oh, cool. Have you ever? I've never heard of Andrew Demko. Sorry. And Andrew, if you're out there, it's no offense. I don't really know anybody in the knife business.
No, nobody.
I know a couple people here and there. We make the food together, we eat, and we like to travel and see the things. But that is all. We don't know each other. Like, no. Like, you know, I'm not in the custom knife crowd, and I kind of shun that whole thing. He was like, "You go to TKI?" I'm like, I don't know, maybe like the biggest tactical knife company on planet Earth, and I'm not invited. I don't go to TKI. If Steve asked me to go, I would make some sexy ass. I would make some sass, some sexy ass shit, but he didn't ask me to go. Break's over, keep up the awesome work. See you, Michael. Yeah, this is my break, you're right. I like to combine breaking and working. Actually, when you're testing knives, you don't like to hear the word break used very much. Man, I can't believe I'm balls deep into this and you just brought a whole nother box in. I'm like, holy
There's only
smoke.
half a box.
Hey, Chad. What was that? Somebody else said something. Hey, if I missed your comment and didn't respond back, they're kind of, they fade away pretty quickly. So I'm still, you know, kind of working while I'm doing this. So if you want to ask your question, feel free. Throw it over in the column. If you've got questions, I was kind of snarky with the guy about the hardness, but I didn't mean to be. I'm just kind of a snarky guy. If you got questions about how hard I like it, if you got questions about how I like to finish, that's inappropriate. No, if you've got questions about hardness and finish, real hard, that's right, Chad. I just got my new Proxima Blade HQ and it came in with the awesome Gunslinger tool. Thanks, Team Medford, love them both. I love how real you are, say it how it is. Stainless for 5. What's up, man? Snarky is better than softy. Yeah, you know, guys, I'm not really probably the most, like Amy's seen this. I know how to shape shift. Like, you know, if we go to the Kennedy Center for an event, she knows how to dress up. Well, she knows how to dress up. I know how to like come off like a gentleman. What knife should I get next, Greg? Proxima or Envolée?
Yes.
Let me think. I'm carrying a Proxima, so I'm a little jaded. But the Envolée is the surprise of the week. I was stabbing the floor through the race car yesterday. I had this guy on from Florida who's trying to buy my car. I got an old 911 race car that I got out of some damn place. And anyways, it was just gonna be too much money to put it back together. And I was like, I don't have time for this bullshit. I'm too busy making knives. So I decided to sell it. Apparently some Haji out of United Arab Emirates. What's the matter?
Haji.
Oh, did I say Haji?
Yeah.
Apparently some gentleman from the United Arab Emirates is building a rally car and wants to do it with the 911. So the guy got me on InstaChat or Video Balls or Chatgram or some kind of thing where you can turn the phone on and what's that? WhatsApp. It was WhatsApp. That's what it was. So he got me on WhatsApp, and I was showing him the car and everything, and he's like, "Well, how is the floor?" So I had the knife and I'm poking the floor. "Guy, come on, tell me how the floor is. You know, is there rust there? Peel up that, would you?" So I'm peeling up the floor with my knife, and it's just gouging in the metal. Proxima. You ask me, and you know the funny thing is I don't have an on belay, and I could have an on belay I think because I know a guy, but I like the Proxima so much. Like I'm not bored with it yet, so I'm kind of slinging a Proxima, and then somebody's gonna say, "Greg, what's that in your pocket?" I'm gonna say it's a Proxima. And they go, "Can I buy that knife?" And I'll go, "No, it's it's old used pocket knife in my pocket." And somebody will offer me money for it, and I'll sell it to them, and I'll be like, "I don't have a knife." And then my next one will probably be it'll either be an on belay, which is turned into the surprise knife of 2018, or is that right?
Yeah, funny.
It wasn't a surprise knife of 2018.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well,
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah.
Well, then what's so funny about that? That's why I'd like to know what's so comical.
You're comical. I just enjoy being around you.
She just enjoys being around me. And then I'm gonna get me a Praetorian Swift, because I want to go and just have the blade just swing out like all gay fast.
You should ask if anybody if they have ideas about old pick-me-up trucks. Have you already talked about that?
No, I haven't. I went and looked at old pickup trucks today, you guys. I am getting rid of my, I got a F-250, really nice pickup truck, and I feel like a fraud in it. Like every time I get in, I'm like, this is kind of a gentleman Texan truck. I don't need this truck. Jesus Christ! Every time I get into it, I really want a 1973 Ford F100. Is there any way you can pre-order a Praetorian Swift? Not yet. I don't want to have them up. I don't want to have one up. Gigantes. Are we making any more Gigantes? Did we talk about maybe making a run of those? No more Gigantes. I may in 2020 do a special run of those. And if you want to get on the list for something, all you got to do is hop on the phone and ask the ladies to put you on a standby list. And our new gal, I say new, Caitlin, she's fantastic. If you guys get a chance, reach out to Caitlin, say hi to her. She's lovely. She's great on the phone, and she's really getting what we do very quickly, which is nice, because this is a lot to take in for a gal. If you haven't been in a tactical business before, kind of oozing with masculinity. I hear toxic masculinity, but not for me. It's just masculinity for me. Guys are saying Toyota Tacoma, but here's the thing. It says staunchly, proudly American, and everything I do, I can't really have a Jap pickup truck. And when I say Jap pickup truck, I love the Japanese. I've been in the Ponophile for years, so it's like America, Jap. I don't mean like dirty Jap, sneaky Jap from World War II. That's not what I mean. So don't go getting all snowflakey on me. Yeah, so the Praetorian Swift coming out, which I think you're gonna really like. And then I had a Chevy. All right, I'll tell you guys a funny story. So I had a Chevy Silverado 1500, 2002. I put 130,000 miles on that truck. Completely box stock, original LT package. That truck never left me stuck anywhere. Come in, Jack. Come in. So, but it was, kind of getting a little loose, a little old, and then it's not like so old that it's like metal in a seat. It's still got it's a modern truck essentially, right? If I'm gonna have something old, I want it sans electrical bullshit. I want it really, really basic. So, long story short, I had the truck and I couldn't get rid of it because I had it since the day it was new. It's always been at the dealership, and it's been sitting in my driveway. And every time my mom comes to town, my mom, my wife, everybody likes driving that truck. It's a short bed Chevy, you know. It's the little cab. It's just got awesome view. Well, anyways, I had it, and one of my buddies bugging me for a couple months to buy it. I sold it to him, Semper Gumby. I sold it to him, and on the way home, the ABS light went on, and he sold it at auction for $1,000 more than I sold it to him. I don't know anything about that stolen knife. I'm sorry. If you let the girls know what we're gonna do, I think we'll really start a kind of maybe a stolen knife hot list, so that they come back in. We always check it to the hot list. So listen, guys, I feel, I went from driving that, and I had 30 people working for me, and I got a nice little knife company cranking away, and I was driving I had a new twin turbo Porsche, and I had an old twin turbo Porsche, and I had another 911, and I got rid of all those, and I'm like, I need to kind of those are kind of, everyone thinks I'm an asshole driving those, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get a nice pickup truck. So I looked around, and it seemed like I see a Ford Platinum F-250, 2017. Man, that's a deal. I'll get one of those. It's just it's like this amazing, the truck's spectacular. But every time I get in it, I feel like I'm posing like a rich guy. And I don't know. I mean, I love the truck. I love it. But I just feel like look at this knife, you guys. Well, I'm yanking along.
Oh, those are nice.
This thing is ridiculous. Anybody who says Porsche sucks is you're either trolling me or you're high, because that car, any of the three I had, did anything but suck. They were fucking spectacular and didn't break down on me. Those were spectacular cars, and I drove them every day, and I drove them like I stole them, way too fast. So anyways, I got this F-250 now, and I really like it, but I was thinking to just kind of dialing life back a little bit, man. I was thinking, I don't need this big daddy fucking to-do of a truck. I was thinking, like a 1970, the year I was born, a 1970 Ford F-100. It's just like a 3 on the tree, maybe, and maybe a 68. Metal dash, no rubber. It's just a bench seat with like saddle blanket. Just old school. Like, there's no computer in it talking to a satellite, letting everybody know what I'm up to or where I'm driving or how fast I'm going. They don't have any mechanism. There's nothing to go bad if there's I guess it's a good bug out truck. I don't know, man. I was looking at I looked at a 55, 56, and a 59 Ford Chevy. I looked at a Scout International today. Whew, what a cool vehicle. And I'm just trying to dial it back. I'm trying to spend like 20 grand and get a cool roller that I can drive every day, not be worried about, and take my big boy truck and just get rid of the thing. I don't need to have anything that ostentatious. What knife did you carry before MKT? I carried a pistol before MKT. Okay, so we have. Do you remember what the name of our gentleman's slip joint is? Wasn't there? I thought we had a name for that on the production here. Flipper, I'll tell you the name of it, guys. From Colonial Minister. And it's actually just called the SJ1 right now. I only have a working name for it. I don't know, so kind of weird, you know. And I went and looked at some vehicles, and they were in the mid-20s, high 20s today, and I was kind of like, they were either old restorations that have been driven, or they weren't done that great. And I'm a particular bitch at this point. You know, I've restored a lot of airplanes, and when I restore stuff, it's perfect. So when someone says it's restored, and they've got this restored perfect price, and I get to see it, I'm like, oh my God. Not what I would do, not even close. Or they're really good at the mechanical part, and they're sucky at the interior, or they're great at the interior, but they kind of suck at the details. Or they've done everything right, except just got a cheap paint job. Do you guys make any large decals? We make some decals that are about that big. So, you know, like that big. So you can get those right on the website. There's some decals right on there. While I'm yapping to you guys, every time I open a knife, you know, I feel how it opens. I listen to how it opens. I feel it swing. I get to check it for center all over the place. I feel with my hands how the stop pin is. Get to feel the detent. Back in the bag. On to the next one. Let's see, what else? That it? Is that all the questions you guys have? Why is the Tonto 187 discontinued? We didn't sell enough of them, and I thought it looked a little bit like a salmon after it swum upstream. It had kind of a weird line to it that annoyed my eyes, but I loved the drop point. So I kept the drop point. And then I also feel like when you have two models that are so close to each other, they can kind of cannibalize each other a little bit. You'll actually sell less of both. So do you still like Trump even though he's in Russia's pocket? Yeah, I have an OTF in the works for Blade Show 2020. It might be 2021. It's a pretty sophisticated project. Do I still like Trump? Yes. Is he in Russia's pocket? No. Now what they're going to do is they're going to try and see if he's got any weird financial wranglings in his past. Let me see. A guy that's been doing business in the most corrupt city in America for the last 50 years, might he have something questionable in his financial past? I'm guessing probably. And I'm guessing the officials there that he's been bribing to get stuff done aren't going to like none too kindly the Southern District of New York. They're not going to like too kindly their names getting listed on who he's bribed. Oh, hey, Greg that was in yesterday for the tour. How you doing? So, do I still like Trump? Yes. Is Washington still a fucking quagmire, cesspool of scumbags and thieves? Yes. Do I still like that both sides hate him? Yes. Do I still like that he's winning? Yep. Do I still wish that that guys? Trump needs to get Hillary and Obama for treason and uranium. Video just crashed. No, sorry, the phone rang. Here I am back. So, yeah, I like that he's just sticking it to everybody, and I like it. Everything that, you know, anybody who says Trump's in Russia's back pocket, well, you know, I may be too, but you don't have any goddamn evidence of it. And he may be too, but there sure isn't any evidence of it. And I always wonder, I'm like, you know, Obama was sitting there, he thought he was off mic and had a hot mic, basically telling the Russians that he was gonna, this is his last election, so he'll be able to play ball after the election's over. He's whispering that. He got caught just talking shit right out loud. And Trump's like, hey, you want me to start a nuclear war over Korea? I mean, Trump's got a point, man. He's got a point. They said we were going to have, it'll be Armageddon. My wife said she was really Jeff's dad at Blade Show West. She didn't believe him. My wife wanted to really know if that was really Jeff's dad. I don't know. Before the election, they said, oh, he's going to start a nuclear war. Well, it turns out the guy's the furthest thing from wanting to start a nuclear war. I think we're probably going to get a deal with Kim Jong-un that's been plaguing us for 70 years. What's the fastest you've driven your Porsche? 187 miles per hour across People's Valley, 2-lane country road, with another Porsche right next to me. The uranium one scandal. Yeah, I mean, who's in the pocket of the Russians? How about Hillary Clinton? How about the Democrats for selling them off our uranium supplies? I mean, that's unbelievable. And then you got a guy, Trump. He was going to build a building in Russia. He was trying to cut a deal to put a building over there. I don't know. I'm not worked up about that. And you know what? If being in the pocket of the Russians has deregulation and the best economies in my lifetime cranking up, believe me, I'm no fan of what's going on in Russia. I'm no fan of Vladimir Putin. I'm just saying bugaboo horseshit. Democrats are lying motherfuckers. Lying, delusional, uneducated, uninformed. They go to college, they learn a lot about basket weaving, underwater vagina dancing, braiding vagina hair. They got a PhD in theater theory. But the bottom line is they're uneducated dummies on the planet. Dummies. If you remember when Obama was running against Romney, Romney said Russia was our most imminent threat and national, pressing national adversary, and the Democrats laughed him off the stage. That one's got a little top lash. Hold on a second, you guys. We have a break in our programming for a unscheduled correction. Top lash. But you guys thought I was all just opening them up and goofing off. I come for the knives and I stay for the political rants. I haven't ranted in a while, but this is the biggest fucking hypocrisy in American history. And now the Democrats, now they're talking down the Mueller investigation because he's whispering to everyone's ears behind the scenes, guys, I don't really have anything on the guy. We busted some about the, sorry about the feed there, guys. Icon, I love the Icon vehicles, but I'm not spending that much. And so anyways, it's just the biggest scam. Now that the Mueller investigation doesn't look like it's going to bear any more than some procedural violations and ruin some good people's lives, and the federal government can throw its weight around against its citizens and ruin our lives, now that we've proven that we know what we already know to be true, and I was against the Patriot Act, FISA courts. Well, they'll never violate those. Just trust us to do it in secret. Nobody can abuse them because it's all good people trying to do good things to keep you folks safe, you bunch of lemmings. And now what they've done is, well, we can use the FISA court, we can lie to them with fake political docs so that we can go on a hunt to go after somebody we don't like because we thought LA and New York were the most important fucking places in the world and they should choose who the president is. And the rest of you fucking dumb hicks, as Bill Maher said, are just jealous and want to be us. You, what did he say? You hate us because you ain't us. It's not true. I don't want to be in Hollywood. I hate Hollywood. I don't want to be Bill Maher. I don't want to be some smarmy, big mouth fuck on TV who looks down his nose at the rest of the country. I found in my brief time on this earth that if you have a real problem, ask a farmer. If you have a fake problem, ask a politician. If you need something fixed right away, ask a dude who works the land. And I don't care what it is. You give me 10 farmers who know the circle of life and know the price of life and death, and you weigh out the options to anything, they will give you the right answer. Anything. You can parse the words and you can say, well, Immanuel Kant said this and Jean-Paul Sartre said that. You could say all kinds of things, but all you're in the end doing is repeating stuff that other smart people have said, talking about themselves, trying to make yourself look smarter instead of knowing what the answer is. Farmers know the answer. I got a funny example of this. I remember back in Massachusetts, there was this land that was flooded. And they had, the city made this guy bring in these hydro engineers, and the hydro engineers came in, and then these specialists came in, and that specialist came in, and one specialist after another, and it was going to be multi-million dollars to clear this land. They had this engineer come in and that engineer come in, and the owner of the land was so frustrated, was a friend of our family, that they went and got this farmer friend of theirs, and he came over with a tractor motor. He brought a tractor over and hooked the axle up to this pump and rigged up this pump to this big hose, threw the hose into here and the other hose in the Connecticut River, and he drained out the land. And they came back and it was all drained, and everyone was freaked out, and it cost like $1,800. And it was a multi-million dollar deal getting ready to go down. And they were basically just shaking down, you know, the water people had come in and said, oh, it needs to be this way and that way. And that's why I say, you know, and I'll quote Carl Jung, you know, overvalued reason and intellect is dysfunctional as well. These people go to college, they spend all this money, and they spend, which is stupid. I mean, I did it. I went to college for 7 years. I got a degree in philosophy and mathematics, and divinity. What are you gonna do with that? People think they go to college, they spend all this money, they spend the rest of their life trying to rationalize their fucking college debt, thinking their opinion is more important because it's got debt and dollars attached to it. And as it turns out, they don't know shit from Shinola, and while they were locked away in the monastery reading books, taking tests, people were out living and figuring out answers to things. Look, I'm not saying college is bad, I'm just saying it's not better, it's just different. It's better if you want to quote Jean-Paul Sartre. It's better if you want to have interesting conversation at the Kennedy Center. It's not better if you want to solve real problems. Most of what you do with education is you mind fuck yourself. So, I haven't done a live video in a while. There you go, YouTube. 37 minutes of me fucking uncorked, wrapping up some inspections. I only have about 120 knives to go.